Hello, my Blockhead beauties. It's your girl, that Wahlburgers chick, aka DJ Cyberdoll, and I'm here with another episode of A Day in the Life of a Blockhead. Now, today, my guest is Kayla. How you doing, Kayla?
Good. How are you?
Buddy, where you from?
I'm from Kansas City, Missouri.
Kansas City, Missouri in the house. Woo! So now I'm gonna start like I do with every other Blockhead. I'm gonna bring you back to your adolescent years and tell me how old were you when you first discovered New Kids and what was the song that did it for you?
So I actually was born in 91 and New Kids I had already been out, but my aunts who I usually cruise with they actually got us right on the bat, like right when we were born. April 17th, 1991, the day I was born, is the day I became a blockhead.
Oh wow. So it was embedded in your DNA, basically.
So my brother actually, one of his first words was "oh oh oh," so he jumped the gun first, but he got it down for us.
Oh my God, that's amazing. Who's your favorite?
Donnie.
Donnie. Okay. So then what's your earliest memory?
Um, really just seeing my aunt's bedrooms and seeing all their stuff with New Kids, but by the time I was old enough to get into music and stuff, New Kids weren't around until I right when I was graduating high school, and that's when they had gotten back together.
In 2008. Okay. So tell us, where were you when you first heard that the New Kids got back together in 2008?
I was actually at work at Sonic, and I heard "Summertime."
Did you get excited? Did you get butterflies in
Oh
your
yeah, I
Yeah.
was I was like, this takes me back to when I was real little, but I wasn't as excited. Like I was super excited, but I wasn't nearly as excited as if I was an adult and like had known way more about them than just knowing it through my aunts.
Okay, so then it's safe to say that you're a second generation Blockhead.
I'm actually an original baby blockhead.
Oh, original baby
We got
Blockhead.
OG baby blockheads. That's in our early 30s, late 20s. So
Yes. Yeah, and we need to correct that because everybody needs to know the difference.
absolutely. Thank you for that.
Got it. All right. So then now, when was the first time that you actually saw them live?
So I saw them, man, I'm trying to think of I believe it was in Oklahoma City. Um, and it's when they were touring with Boys to Men. I can't remember which tour that was, but let's say like 2012, 13,
Think it was a
maybe
package.
15. I'm not really sure. But my aunt, we road tripped, her and my brother and I, and we went to Oklahoma, and she had a meet and greet. So she finally got to meet Donnie, and she had just gotten my brother and I some nosebleed seats, and we had the time of our life. And after that, I was hooked. Like there was no turning back from then.
So
So
then tell us that experience, because like your first time seeing New Kids, that's one. Two, you're a guy, which is very rare, right? To find at a New Kids concert unless you're there with a wife or a girlfriend, but you're a legit fan. So explain that.
so I think if I was by myself, I would have just kind of sat there and just enjoyed it. Cause I mean, we were up higher, we were in a weird spot. Um, I actually, to be honest, I was super excited to see Boys to Men. Like I loved New Kids, but Boys to Men was that was my jam. Like I was so excited to get to that concert and watch them. And once New Kids started though, my brother and I, we got up out of our seat. We're surrounded by women and we lived our best life. And it there's really not even, I don't even know how to explain it. Like
Mm-hmm.
a rush goes over you and you're calm, but you're so excited. But
Yeah.
deep down inside, you're just, it's almost like a relief, like something just was taken off your shoulders for that short period of time of just listening and enjoying the moment. So
Yeah, so one thing that I try to do with my show is explain to the world this um family of Blockheads, because that's what we are. Generally, we become a family, and I tell people don't be afraid to travel alone, because only the journey getting there you might be alone, but once you're there, you're not. You're surrounded by thousands of
absolutely.
other family members that are in love with like the same five guys from Boston.
Yes, ma'am.
Mm-hmm. And so, being a guy fan of New Kids, how has that affected you? Because I know when I was younger, I used to get bullied for just liking New Kids. So if you're a guy, what was that like for you?
Um, well, I mean, I was an adult and I I I live an interesting life. I don't really care people's I do care their opinions, but I really don't. And all my friends, they'd be like, "What are you? Why are we listening to New Kids or all that?" But it was only for a short period of time, and then they realized they secretly liked listening to it as well.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I didn't really have a hard experience by being a guy and enjoying it, but I also wasn't super involved until the last, let's say, 7 years. So as that's happened through these years, there's so many more guy blockheads. So it's just such an easy thing.
Right, right. So then can you explain to us, because I guess the guy blockheads are called block bros.
Yes.
And so, and I just discovered that recently. I've been a blockhead forever and never heard that term. So can you explain to us that might not know what that is, how that came to be?
So to be honest, there are a few guys that started it. I know there's like Mark Porter and Kevin and K Dub. Um, there was, man, they had a specific group. So when they would go to the concerts or let's say go on the cruise, they would get together and that they were just the block bros. They were always the ones that were there who were the guys.
Mhm.
Um, I don't know all the details. I just kind of got initiated into it, luckily.
Yeah.
But they're fantastic. They're it's so awesome having all the women who are fans and everyone expects that, but then having that group of guys that are so close to each other and we've only met maybe once, maybe 5 times,
Mhm.
just having that connection and understanding each other that yeah, we're guys and we love New Kids on the Block. Like I think that's what the Block Bros is to me. Like it's just a group of guys who enjoy the same thing and have so much passion and love towards everyone. And we just try to live our life the way we need to.
And so when you got initiated, how did that work out, and how did you even find out about them?
Actually, I had met them a few times at maybe a concert or on the cruise, but um, whenever we went to Boston, I think is when I legitimately became a block bro. Um, when we went to Fenway this past, what was it, 2 years ago? I guess it's been. Um, I got my brother and I actually got shirts that were made for us, and it said something with the Block Bros. So we got to wear that at Fenway, and it was actually really cool. So
And have you ever had like any encounters with the guys? Like, have you met them?
of the New Kids,
Yes.
yes, I've actually had quite a few encounters with all of them.
So give us like your most favorite.
Ooh, that's a hard one. with Donnie, I mean, anytime we see each other is just an awesome experience. It's Donnie Wahlberg. Like, everything is great.
Yeah.
But to be honest, my most crazy fun ones are always with Joe. Um, I've gotten to sing several times with Joe. We've been on stage, we've danced, had my vest unbuttoned. It's just, we just have a lot of fun, and it's really neat that we're all just normal people having a good time.
And how'd you get that? How'd you get to sing with Joe?
So I was able to go on the cruise,
Mhm.
and on the cruise, I had a micro. Donnie gave me a microphone, and I was singing, and then all of a sudden, I can't remember the exact first time, but a couple cruises ago, I sang "Summer Nights" with Joe,
Mhm.
and now it just kind of happens. If we're both on stage at the same time, we know we're gonna sing or do something.
It's gonna happen. Oh my
Yeah.
god. Can I get you to sing? Can I get you to sing a little bit?
So not this round. It's been 2 weeks since we got off the boat, and well, almost two, and I just got my voice back 2 days ago.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah, I
don't want
feel
to
you.
train it this time.
No, I feel you. Oh my goodness, because I'm still getting over, being sick or whatever. It's not COVID, thank God.
Right.
But.
Yep, I didn't have it, but I did. I lost my voice on that Friday once we got on. So
Oh
it
my
was
god.
been a
So
long.
so then now you're a Block Bro. You've been a fan for a couple of years. By the way, what's your favorite song?
Ooh. I would probably have to say Block Party, just because
Yep.
that wasn't always my favorite. But um, at a concert, let's man, my dates are so crazy. Not this concert, but the last one. Donnie got up on the box and was literally, I got a lucky seat right there, and bought it like hours before the concert. And he started singing, and his back was turned towards me. And then when he turned around, we had a moment there, and that song just gets me. Like, I could watch that video over and over and over, and literally I feel the exact same way as that moment that we saw each other in the crowd. And so that's probably my favorite.
Yeah, he has such a way of making you feel like it's just you and him and no one else.
Absolutely.
And yeah, because growing up, I was a Joey girl. I was
Uh-huh.
absolutely in love with Joey, those baby blue eyes, that voice, still love him. But Donnie, man, he got me. He got me.
Mm-hmm.
He got me in 2017 on that cruise. Something happened and it was amazing. But I mean, it's to the point where I got the tattoo and everything. You've seen it.
Yeah.
So I get it. I feel you. So then now you've had all this amazing experience. I tried to paint a picture to those that don't understand our fan base, how it is that we become a family. So in your experience, how has the Blockhead world treated you?
I have been beyond blessed with it. Um, so I'm 31. So last year the pandemic was still going on. There was still things happening, but sorry, the dog's going crazy right now.
Yeah.
Um, I decided I wanted to have my 30th birthday at Wahlburgers in St. Charles. And so I put a Facebook group on, and I was like, people would probably come, but I wasn't expecting anybody. And it was quite the turnout. It was extravagant. They all showed up from everywhere and were there for my 30th birthday. And I thought that was just awesome. And even this cruise, I've always cruised with my aunts, with two of my aunts. And this year I did not cruise with any family. And so that was so weird for me. but my group and even you, I saw you the first night I got to Miami, and we finally got to see each other, and just it's just love, so much love. And even though I'm a grown man, I needed people who knew that I was there by myself. Like, I'm so used to being with my family, and I had no one, but then in reality, I had everyone. And
Mm-hmm.
it's so amazing that all these people take me in. And even on the boat, people would come up and they're like, "Where are your aunts this weekend? Where are your aunts this weekend?" Because they know that they couldn't be there. So it was nice having my honorary aunts everywhere on the boat, because everywhere I turned around, they'd be like, "Hello, like your aunts are over here." I'm like, "All right, hey girls." Like,
Yeah. No,
just
and that's what I was explaining, because I went over there by myself too. I am not afraid to travel alone. But I'm only alone on the plane right there, because once I get there, right? And you're
right,
surrounded by other blockheads, are you really alone? No.
right. Nice
No.
was on this cruise. I got to the airport and I was on the same flight with people from the cruise and everything. And I ended up being with someone from literally Kansas City to Miami. And then on my flight back, the same person was on my flight from Miami to Kansas City. So it was just really cool that we got to sit together and be together. And I constantly knew somebody. So that was really awesome.
So what was it like to geek out with thousands of other blockheads?
There are no words.
Hmm.
You, at first, I mean, you get on the boat, you're so excited. But the minute you get on that Lido deck and know that it's about to actually start at Sail Away,
Hmm.
you can't explain that to people. Like I can't explain the feeling that you get inside of how emotional it is. I mean, you cry, you laugh, you get upset. I don't know. Every emotion is there.
Yeah.
And you just want to be able to share it with everyone. I unfortunately couldn't. My phone would not work at all, so I couldn't live stream anything. But
I tried.
God, I wanted to, but you just want everyone you know that's back home to see and experience what you're feeling at that moment, because you can't explain it with just words or with a picture. Like,
Yeah.
you have to be there, and it's just absolutely amazing.
It is. It's definitely an experience. And so, being that you were there and now you set foot on the boat, right? All the preparation, all the traveling, all the packing. I don't know. Now the first night for like Love Eternal, because the guys, they have this thing. They have theme nights every night, and you get to live in those moments. So tell us, for the first night, what did you do for Love Eternal?
So I had um went to Wahlburgers grand opening in St. Charles. And if no one has been there, you have to go to the clubhouse. It's amazing. It's the coolest thing ever. When Donnie had gotten a lip couch, and it's shaped like lips, and it's in front of the wall that says Donnie Loves Jenny, and it has their pictures all over it. Well, when I was there, him and I did a little photo shoot and played around, and I had wrote Donnie Loves and marked out Jenny and put Caleb. And then in all the pictures, I put my face over Jenny's. I'm sorry, Jenny, I love you, but love you. So that was just a little joke between him and I, and it was hilarious. It was funny at the moment. And I was thinking, for Love Eternal, what should I do? And so I wore a cape on the cruise, and I hand painted and rhinestoned the Donnie Loves Jenny logo with the Donnie Loves Caleb logo.
Yes. Yes. Okay. I love that. I love
I and wore that for Love Eternal, and it was absolutely fantastic. And I got lucky, and Donnie saw it in the hallway and was able to take a picture and send it to Jenny. So that was the highlight, you know. So
Hell
it was
yeah.
really cool.
Hell yeah. See, that was gonna be my next question, but you answered it if you saw it. Perfect. Because you work so hard to like get these done. You want them to at least notice, right?
And I got very lucky.
Yes. Okay, so then for the next night, which was Bring Back the Time, what did you do for that?
So I actually I don't have my shirt with me, but I wore a Rolling Stones t-shirt and I had rhinestone the whole mouth and the tongue and glittered it in rhinestones. So
Yeah.
I
Oh,
was kind of cool but edgy.
edgy. Okay, okay. And then for what was it? It was Halloween Harbor.
So for Halloween Harbor, I started out as Scary Spice until I got to the Lido deck, and then I had a little mild panic attack, and I didn't want to wipe my makeup off because I worked really hard on it, and it looked so good.
Hmm.
So I decided I went and changed, and I changed into just new kids attire, but I put on compression socks, and I was an original Blockhead because they were talking about they had Blockheads, baby Blockheads, blah blah. And I was like, well, I'm going to be an OG regular Blockhead.
Right.
Where wearing our compression socks, we're wearing shorts and a comfy shirt, but our hair's done and our makeup's done because every one of them keep their hair and their makeup done at all times in case they get a selfie.
They do. They do. Okay.
It worked
Okay.
out perfect, right?
Okay. Okay. Look at you. Well, let me find out. But anyway, and then what'd you do for GPS?
So for GPS, we actually a group that is my family now. I love them with everything in me. Some of the Block Bros. We decided to be DW Air, and so
Ah, that says safe and sound on the ground. Yeah, yeah,
and
yeah.
each of us on the front it says DW Air, and then where we're from, so Missouri.
Nice.
So
Oh my God.
really cool, cool outfit, and they did awesome designing that and doing that for us.
See, what I love about the themes is how creative everyone
Absolutely.
becomes with their costumes. So could you tell us like what some of your favorite costumes were that you saw on the cruise?
Ooh, I would have to say my favorite one of all time was um Amber, and she was the Amberglar, which she dressed up like the Hamburglar from McDonald's, and it was everything. It was her outfit was perfect. It was just, I think that was my favorite.
That is awesome.
And if no one's, you have to find it. It is absolutely amazing. She had a cape. It was rhinestone. It was beautiful.
I didn't see that one. I didn't see that one. That
Uh,
sounds so cool.
Super cool.
Yeah. Oh my God. Okay. So then you guys went and dressed up like a group. You had matching outfits. You did
Yep.
this whole thing. I know that Donnie has a tendency to like pick people from the crowd, put them on stage, especially if they have like matching like
Right.
costumes. Were you lucky enough to get up there?
We were. Our whole group got to go on stage and show our outfits, and that was a really awesome experience.
Yeah, and so give us some highlights and some favorite moments from this cruise.
Um, this cruise I kind of chilled a little bit. I took it all in. I didn't take a lot of pictures. I didn't take a lot of photos. I wanted to feel and see everything, not through my phone. It helped not having any service.
Mm.
So that's always a plus. But I think some of my favorites were we were on deck 7 and just getting to see the guys just pass by, not hounding them, but having our door open and them walking in and enjoying and seeing what we were doing in our room. We did have a bathtub in our cabin, and so me and Christina and Kevin decided we were going to soak our feet in this bathtub, and I put too much bubbles in it, and it had jets, and it ended up being a bathroom full of bubbles.
Mm.
So that was a fun experience. But we did soak our feet, and our feet felt a lot better.
Yeah, that's the one thing, man. You're walking around, even though it's a cruise, you're thinking, okay, it's a cruise. I'm walking on a cruise. My feet aren't gonna hurt, but you're walking back and forth all
Right.
day. You're doing this, and the cruise is from one side to the other, feels like miles. Oh
Yes.
my God, it took forever to get to the room.
Right. The first time you do it, you're like, okay. The last time you do it, you're like, I'm done. Like,
Yeah.
I'm done walking. And you don't realize how much you have to keep yourself balanced as well. So your legs are actually doing so much more than just walking. They're holding everything together, because if not, I fall over all the time. Like, just walking, I'd be standing there and I'd be like, "Ooh," and like have to catch myself,
Yeah.
because you don't realize that you have sea legs.
I know, and then you're not even drunk, and then you're just like walking
Right.
around like you are. Yeah, I know, I know. So one of the experiences when you first set foot on the boat, they're shoving drinks in your face already,
Oh yeah, every time.
right? I mean, could you like for those that never cruised, right? Could you explain when you first set foot on the cruise, what do you see and how does that feel?
So you walk through a like glass terminal, and you get to like peek at the boat as you're walking through, and your adrenaline just starts getting faster and faster. But stepping on the boat and walking in through those doors is absolutely stunning. You see so many people, you see all these workers, you see the people with the drinks, with the souvenir cups, showing them off, and you have to get one.
Yeah, you
Like,
gotta get one.
I mean, it's so hard not to. And you could be like, no, no, but you walk another 2 feet and there's another person showing you this cup.
Mhm.
And it is just absolutely incredible. All your worries literally just
Fade.
vanish.
Yeah. I mean, he
Go away.
makes you do the pledge, right?
Ab- every time.
Mhm, mhm. You gotta pledge to have a good time. You can't be on that cruise and not have a good time.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
So the food, I don't know if you want to talk about food.
Sure, everything.
I was before in the cruises, I was not as impressed with the food. I felt like this cruise, I was a little more impressed with the food. I had some deli sandwiches that were to die for.
Mhm.
Uh, the sushi looked amazing. I didn't get the sushi, but I saw several people eating it, and it looked absolutely incredible. But I was really impressed with the food this time around.
It's opposite for me. I feel like they had better food on the past cruises than they did on this one. But the
Really?
drink, yeah, yeah. But see, the thing when you first walk in and they give you that souvenir cup with that drink was strong. Every drink after that seemed a little watered down. I was like,
Yeah,
I was like, a girl got to drink a lot more than usual just to like keep buzzed, right? Was it just me?
absolutely. I agree with you on that. Um, I do like the one night when they do the free drinks for the hour or whatever.
Mhm.
Those drinks are usually pretty stout.
Yeah.
So I did have me a good time
Well, I
with
had
the.
a drink package, so a girl was drinking the whole time.
We already know.
Like, even for breakfast, I'm like, "Yes, thank you. Thank you very much." Like,
You
I'm a
have to.
patient, don't judge me.
Yeah, perfect. I love that.
Oh my goodness. So then when you first get there, in case you guys don't know, also they have like pictures of new kids everywhere, like on the doors of the elevators. You have the standees to take pictures with them. They're literally even on the steps, right? They have going up the stairs, they read step one, step two, step three, and it's just everything is catered and centered around new kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so awesome.
Yeah, I know, right? It's amazing. And then so in your experience when you was in the crowd and you was just experiencing the concert, I know there was a couple of things that had happened and the love that Donnie has for us, he would stop the entire concert or
Absolutely.
what's going on to attend to someone that may have been hurt. Like, can you explain to people what that's like as well?
These cruises, everyone's so compacted together, because I mean, there's not a lot of room, and for them to notice what is happening in that crowd, you may not think that they see you. They see you. You could be, there were people all the way up by the blowhorn thing. They see you. And when there was an incident on the cruise and someone had, I can't tell you exactly what happened. I'm not sure. I wasn't far from them, but I was far enough where I couldn't see. Donnie stopped everything. They made sure the lights stayed dim for the privacy of this person. And it was absolutely beautiful. He made sure he was there and made sure she was okay. She opened her eyes and Donnie's right there. That he has so much love. And even Joe on stage, I'm not sure where the other guys were. I wasn't paying attention to really much going on, but Joe on stage, their demeanor was so respectful and so beautiful. And thank goodness she was okay. And I'm sure there were other incidents on the boat that I didn't see, but just no matter how crazy it got, they still had their eyes to make sure everyone was having a good time and everyone was safe. And that's amazing.
Yep. And they always said, and it doesn't matter if we have to stop, we will, because they care so much about us. And that's what differentiates them from other artists. Like, they have spoiled me so much that when I meet other artists, if I don't get the same kind of like love or attention, I'll be like, I don't like them. I don't know.
Absolutely. I feel the same way.
Right?
And it's
like,
it's
like
so hard. It's hard to like other people. Not, I don't want to say not like them, but I have so much love for all those guys that if I met someone else, it's awkward. Because with like Donnie or Joe or Danny, we can joke, we can make jokes, we can laugh, and we know each other, and we don't mean anything harmful or anything towards each other. But you can't really do that with other artists.
Yeah, no, that's a definite truth. Like, a few nights before I left to go on the cruise, I won't say who the artist is, but I was at another party. There was another artist there that I was kind of excited about. And I was like, okay, well, let me see if I can try and get this selfie. And even though they weren't like trying to take selfies like, other people, if they're close enough, I'm like, all right, well, let me steal my little picture or whatever. You can do that with the guys and it's okay. But this person, I guess, was offended at the fact that I did that. I did apologize, but it's just not the same. Like, after that, I was kind of hurt. Like, the guys, everyone's always in their face and they're used to that. And although you still should respect the guy, if someone did that, they wouldn't mind. They'll be like, well, let me get a better picture. Give me your phone.
Right.
That's what I'm used to. I'm used to the love. Like, okay, I got you. Go ahead. I see you. Okay. You know what I mean? And you move on. When I didn't get that, I was like, oh yeah, well, this person isn't like New Kids, though.
Oh, yeah, no, I totally understand that. And it's just amazing how after all these years, they still show that same love, if not more, than they did before.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna say what I say on every show. I'm not affiliated with New Kids, Wahlburgers, or anything like that. However, if they were to see this episode, what would be your message to the guys?
I would tell them, I would probably have to say something to each of them, but
Go ahead.
I would thank them. I would thank them for still being here, still taking time out of their lives, and their lives are getting busier and busier. Joe has young children that are growing up. Donnie has all his stuff. Danny's doing his thing. John has his show going on. Like, there's so much going on. Just thank you for being here with us. We appreciate you. But towards Donnie, I love him. I love him so much, and I wouldn't have been on the cruise or anything without him. And I just have so much respect and love towards them that I can't explain my feelings really about it. And I don't know. I just thank you so much.
Yeah. Well, you guys heard it here. Thank you for being on my show, Caleb. It was a lot of fun. We definitely got to do this again.
Yes, absolutely.
Yep. And then for the rest of you, you already know, hit your girl up if you have a story to tell, any story, because, this is your show. So whatever story you got on the guys, especially on the cruise for season 2, then hit your girl up so you could be on the show. Until then, stay safe, stay humble, and as always, do it with me, do it with me, do it with me. Stay fabulous. You gotta
Yes.
say it, stay fabulous.
Stay fabulous.
Oh, he's saying it. I love it. Mwah. Thank you,
Thank you so much.
guys.